Today we look at Sea Alpha's live Aquascape on Hangwit and how I learned the hard way that anything can happen during a live broadcast. Hey YouTube, this is pecktec, and Sea Alpha had his first live broadcast the other day, on Wednesday. So, Sea Alpha, how did that go? Not well, not really well at all. It started off okay until I added water, of course, and then things kind of went. So I guess the driftwood that we kind of found last minute, didn't sink, huh? No, would not sink. In fact, it floated like a life raft. And I tried to wedge it in. I threw a ton of rocks on there. I tried to wedge it in, but ultimately it just flipped over and came right back to the surface. It's like one of those islands on Avatar. Add a bit more water. Oh, oh no! No! We also lost our connection a few times, and I'm not sure if there's a time limit on that particular service or not for connecting times. Now, the cell phone actually recorded the video, so I have some of that, but it was strange. So it's like all of a sudden I wouldn't be connected. I wasn't sure what would happen with that, but... Oh, and I nearly electrocuted myself. That was... Oh, yeah, that was an exciting
Good catch. Good catch there. I'm glad you didn't die. Yeah.
That was close.
So, what do we think about live aquascaping? We're going to do that again?
Well, I think ultimately for aquascaping, the YouTube version that we did before would probably work better. Plus, we could put our bumpers and stuff in front of it. But for Q&As and stuff, I think the Hangwit will be a lot of fun. And you can give people like exclusive rights to look at your videos, so they can follow you and see whenever you're live. And if you want, you can give them access to go back and look at all the past recordings too. So that's kind of neat. All right, well, let's take a look at the tank that you ended up with and see what we can do to fix it. The two different kinds of wood normally would throw me off, but it's not too bad. Why did you do that? Ultimately, to get the wood to sink right away, I had to get another piece of wood from one of the other tanks and just kind of wedge it in there on top of it, and that's what's kept the wood down up to this point. It looks like you've pulled up a few of the plants and stuff that you planned initially, so let's see if we can get this closer to your original design. And I brought something to help us out. It's a big, big rock. Okay, so this is some rock that I found at my local fish store, the aquarium. And it does not react at all to the pH of the aquarium. So I'm going to use this to hold down that piece of wood. First, I need to see if it still wants to float really bad. So we'll take a look at that. I really could use a lid here too. This is kind of dangerous with the light just kind of hanging there. I don't like that. I didn't like what I saw the other night. Oh yeah. It's funny because not only does it want to float, but it wants to go upside down. This is a pretty cool piece of wood on its own. I can almost just go with it. I tried and tried with the rock, but really in the end it just became easier just to remove that piece of wood. I'm going to have to sink it and use it some other time. I plucked all the little bits of Anubis off of it and just began positioning the new wood. It will not sink. Not in time. Do have this piece of wood. Once I got that new piece of wood kind of where I wanted, I just began taking the bits of Anubis I'd plucked off the spider wood and just positioned it the best I could around the periphery of the wood, and I used the rock to kind of lodge some in other places too, and I ended up with a nice bushy little area kind of in the corner. Not exactly what I was looking for, but it still was pretty good. Obviously, I won't be able to tell a whole lot about what I've done until that water calms down a little bit, so I'm going to let the filter run and see what we got here in just a second. Okay, so I added quite a few more plants, just kind of various plants to try out in this aquarium. It's going to be sort of a nursery, almost more for plants than it is for, for fish, although I probably will put some fish in there. But this is sort of how it stands right now, with some various plants on the left and those Anubis on the right. Some of you may have noticed that the filter's been off while we're shooting. It's just kind of loud, especially with my directional microphone. So, but I wanted to give you a shot of it running. It really is beautiful with this kind of waterfall mode. It's really, really neat. But it makes it awkward, to put any kinds of lights or something. Like, this is a double bright LED, and if I push it back, it can actually go directly all the way into it will go all the way into the top of this thing if I would push it all the way back. So, and of course the splash and stuff is something to be concerned about. So I probably wouldn't recommend, at least in that mode, this filter for a bedroom aquarium. It does make it hard to fit almost any kind of lid too. A standard lid won't fit with this thing. And I actually just noticed, I guess on Wednesday, that they had made their own version of this aquarium. So for about $100, you can have this set up, and the LED lights are built into the filter. Now, I don't know how good any of that stuff is. So I just noticed it the other day, and I thought that was neat. Now, they made their own custom lid, so it fits pretty easily on there. So you could easily make yourself one too, though, I think, out of plexiglass. Maybe I'll do that next. Okay, folks, that's where I'm going to end today's show, but I really appreciate you joining me today. If you'd like to tune in for a little bit more or see behind-the-scenes stuff, I'm going to do more hang widths. I'm going to do like short Q&A type hang widths and just post little vloggity things about probably some of the aquarium's updates and that sort of thing that I don't want to make a full video for. Is that all right? Sounds okay. So, follow me on hang width. Follow your bliss and keep it clean tank. See ya. Okay, folks, that's where. Okay, folks, that's where. Okay, so too much coffee. And keep it. Okay. The power to Mohawk. Of the power. Oh, we'll see how it goes.
Well, I've got more rocks.
That was close.